Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Our next guest says that self-esteem is an essential factor in our overall well-being and success. Here to explain, we welcome recovery expert and the author of Chaos to Clarity, Marci Hopkins. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's so great to be here again.
So let's talk about self-esteem. How do you define it and why is it so important?
Well, our self-esteem is how we value ourselves. So it's so essential to have a high self-esteem for our mental health because we can get really depressed or have anxiety. We don't feel good about ourselves. So when we have high self-esteem, it motivates us. We can get over obstacles easier in our lives. We push through that fear. We set boundaries for ourselves. We understand what's important to us, and we can express our needs in a confident way. So self-esteem is so important.
And do you find that there's times when maybe our self-esteem is a bit low? We don't always make the most positive choices because we maybe don't think
Yeah.
we deserve the great outcome.
100%. I used to be terrible about having any self-esteem, and I would pass up on opportunities all the time because I was so fearful of failure. So I didn't even try because I didn't feel confident enough. So our low self-esteem, a lot of times, high or low, comes from our childhood, right? So maybe with low self-esteem, maybe our parents, they didn't say the things that we needed to say, we needed to hear. Maybe we had some abandonment issues. Maybe there was some bullying, not good people in our lives, right? So I was able to build my confidence once I stopped looking to others to dictate how I felt about myself. And I used meditation, I used affirmations, and I began to understand who I was. And I built on self love, which then built on my self esteem. And I stopped trying to be perfect at everything. And I embraced failures as an opportunity to learn. We just need to change our mindset and how we think about things.
I love how you frame it that way too, because we can't control all the factors that go into how we grew up or what established maybe a certain level of self-esteem, but that doesn't control our outcome. We can still do that work internally for a better
Yes,
future.
exactly.
So you have some myths that you can share about self-esteem as well,
They're myths, but I tell you, they seem so real when you feel them,
right?
right? The first is the need for validation from those outside of us, right? Because self-esteem comes from within. And also that self-esteem can't be improved. And it absolutely can. And that is through self-awareness, self-care, personal growth. It's so important. And also that high self-esteem means that we're arrogant or we're narcissistic. But really, having high self-esteem means that we value ourselves and that we can have empathy for other people. So we value how we feel about whatever the circumstance is, but we can also put ourselves in someone else's place and understand their side of things also.
Yeah, what are some first steps that you can recommend for somebody who's thinking right now, hey, I see myself in this, but I'm not sure where to start to really grow my self-esteem?
Yeah. So you want to first practice self-compassion, positive self-talk. I share a lot about this within my book, Chaos to Clarity, ways that you can do this. Those are like I am affirmations. Set realistic goals for yourself. Celebrate the small wins. Like, don't try to lose 30 pounds in a month, right? Give yourself realistic goals. Like, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. Celebrate it when you lose 5 pounds, and then add another five pounds to that. Then also surrounding yourself with positive people. When you're around negative people, you're just going to be negative yourself. It's hard to be positive. And engage in things that you enjoy, things that bring you joy and that lift you up, right? Don't do things that other people always want to do. And also, if you are feeling really down, if your self-esteem is really low and you can't bring yourself up, please seek help. There's so much help out there. And also, there's free help online. Just Google therapy, free therapy, and there's a lot of apps out there too. So there's really so much help that you can seek.
It's so encouraging that we can just talk about these things more openly to
Mhm.
begin with. And like you mentioned, there are so many more resources now that there's always someone waiting if you need to be kind of pulled out of a dark place.
Absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes they're right next to us.
That's for sure. Hey, thank you so much. It was great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you too. Have a great weekend.
You too. The book again is Chaos to Clarity, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com.